Today we are going to see very interesting topic in Azure, that is Azure storage accounts. So today we are going to see how to create an Azure storage account. So for now I'm just going ahead and clicking a storage account. So now here I already have a storage account in place and here I'm going to give create. So now we'll see the options to create a storage account. So, yes. First, as we said, we have the main thing like selecting the subscription. Which subscription actually this storage device to be a part of. So, I have chosen the free trial account. So, next is like we have the resource group. I already have multiple resource group. I'm choosing one. And instant details. So now we can see the major part in creation of storage account is like choosing the name of the storage account. So in this, like we should have a unique name since the storage account might be like accessible throughout the world publicly. So we need to have a unique name in place. So yeah, yes, I think this will be a unique name. Yeah, it is unique name. And then we need to choose a region as we said. Then we have two options to go. Either we need to check standard or premium. Okay, let's see a small thing. So in Azure, we majorly have two types, which is like general purpose V2 and premium. So here, when we have some general loads, usually organizations prefer using general purpose V2 unless they have any requirement for premium. So when we choose a general purpose V2, we can create a blob storage, table storage, queue storage, file storage according to our requirement. When we choose a blob storage, we can have hot tier, cold tier, and archive tier. So if we wanted the data to be frequently accessed, then that case we can go ahead and create it as an hot tier. If we are sure that it is infrequently accessible data, then we can go ahead and create it as a cold tier. And if we are damn sure that we are not going to use the data for 180 days, but still we wanted the data to be part of our organization, then we can make it as a archive storage. Like it will have a process of rehydrating and the cost will imply on retrieving the data rather than storing the data, because archive storage is very cheap in rate, but the thing is while retrieving it will be a bit costly. So hot storage will be costly, but for there won't be much cost while retrieving the data. So if we have something like premium datas, in that case, like if we have some datas which need to be like have a low latency and high performance, high throughput and high IOPS, that case if it is a need, then we can go ahead and create a page blob, block blob or file shares. So these are all the types, and apart from this we also have some redundancy options, LRS, GRS. We can You can also refer my previous videos which has the theoretical concepts of these things. And like now we have seen the types. So these are all like we have storage device in place. What are we going to do? We need to access it in order to work. So what are all the ways of accessing them? Like access keys, shared access signature, and Azure AD. In today's class we'll see we are going to create a general purpose V2 blob with hot tire, and we will access it via access key, shared access signature, and Azure AD as well. So okay, now we will just see. I have chosen a standard option and I don't want a geo redundant. I want it as a local redundant storage. Next. So in advanced, we also have multiple things here. Enable infrastructure encryption. This option is like double encrypting your storage, but as of now, I don't want it. It is actually a big topic. You can just refer my upcoming videos. So then like we also have Active Directory. If we want, we can just enable this thing. And here is one option, like if you want a data lake storage. Okay, data lake storage is like if you want some data from IoT or batch process, you want something like that to be stored for an efficient purpose, you can just store it in data lake. So if you can just check mark this thing and you will get a data lake storage. But as of now I don't want it to be, so I'm just disabling this. And okay, if I want a blob storage I can give it, but as of now I am not going to create it here. I'm not going to choose it here. So next, here we have multiple options like I wanted the data to be public or publicly selected network or a private endpoint. So here, since it is for a testing purpose, I'm just making it as a public endpoint, like all networks can be accessed. So if we wanted inside an organization, we do have many security options. This private endpoints, so that is a separate topics. We need to create an Azure resource for private endpoint, and we also have a service endpoint in place. So I will just show you those topics later, and now I'm just keeping it as a public endpoint. So yeah, next we'll just give next. And now data protection, this option is like, by default someone might delete the storage device. What if it happens and we'll not get the data? The data will be no more. So in that case, this soft delete option will be like, even if we delete, we can retrieve it within 7 days. Like for the 7 days it will be available. So if I want, I can just enable this option. So as of now I'm just giving it as a default option. Next, so here it is like tags. Next, so I'm just, the validation is running, I'm creating. So it might take 1 to 2 minutes for creation of this resource. Just let us wait. So meanwhile, it might take 1 or 2 minutes. So meanwhile, just we can make sure that we have active directory user in place. So yes, just making it active directory users in place. Yes, the deployment will be, might take some 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah, it's up. So yes, so now I have this. So yes, when we have this device, I will show you how to check this storage account. See, we have created one. It will reflect. Will refresh. See, I have the storage device in place, which I have created now. I'm clicking on that, and here in this storage device, see down I have blob storage, file storage, queue, and table. So I want a blob storage, which is nothing but the container. I'm just clicking on that. So I'm going to create a container. I'm going to give a name like, okay, let's give like a choose blob, and I wanted it to be accessed all over the world. I'm giving the option like blob anonymous read access, and advanced will have the encryption options, but as of now I don't want that, so I'm just leaving it as a default option, and I'm creating a blob storage. It might take 1 or 2 seconds. So it's done, it's up. So I'm just double clicking on this. And yes, now I can upload anything here. So I can choose the file for testing purpose. Like I have multiple datas here. I'm going to choose this open. So now see upload. It will take a minute. Okay, it's done. It's in place. I'm just clicking on that. And now see, you have the URL in place for accessing this. I have told you earlier, like it is an interesting topic because see, now I have the URL. I'm just copying it and I'm opening the new tab and I'm going to paste it. Done. To see here, I could see the image in place. So this is why I have told this is an interesting topic, because like see how interesting, right? We can see the image and it will be accessible worldwide. And okay, so since it is like for a testing purpose, I have uploaded a data which is like less than 2 MB. Make sure that if you want to see this in place, you just need to upload some data which is like less than 2 MB, and it is an image so that you can view it here. Okay, let's see another other options for accessing those. storage devices as well. So in security plus networking, this options you will see access keys. So just give show access keys. So I can just copy this access key and use it. I will show you where to use this access keys. And shared access signature. Access key is like giving the entire access. If anyone have this access key in hand, they can very well access everything without any restriction. So that is not the safer side. So we can just go ahead and give like shared access signature when someone is coming for an audit purpose. That time we can give it like, I want the access to start at this date and end at this date, and only read access, write access in that way. Okay, then apart from that, we can also have active directory access. So we can very well give active directory. And see, I already have a user in place, many users. So I'm just clicking on this and assign role. Here, see, I can see the add assignment option. Here we have multiple options like adding, giving access for particular storage device, particular blobs. But since I don't have any Azure AD Premium P1 P2 license on place, I could not give any options now. But if you want, you can just enable it here or here as well. So I have shown you three options for accessing these things. And apart from this is like, I wanted to show you another thing like where to access this. Apart from here is like, they have introduced the storage explorer in Azure. So from here also we can access. See, in subscription, in free trial, in okay, in this storage device I have a blob. Inside that I have this blob storage in place. So here we can see, since I have linked it to this particular subscription, it's automatically opening with that access. If at all we don't have that, in that case we need to give access keys here, or else like shared access signature for accessing this. And as I said, or else we need to have the active directory role in place. And also like, if I have any virtual machines, so that I can just install this storage explorer and I can link it to the subscription and I can use it. Thank you so much. Happy learning.